Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever part of the day this video chooses to reach you. Hope you're feeling fine. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're feeling blessed. I hope you realize that you are blessed. You're getting to see a beautiful day out here in the South Florida sun that somebody didn't get to see today. Now that I got that out of the way, I want to come to you today to talk about the other three district courts of appeals judges that are available for up for retention vote on your 2024 Florida ballots. Now, yesterday I did the district courts of appeal 1 through 3, told you about those judges, who appointed them, gave you a little bit of background information on the circuit courts, the judges, and how we got from 5 district courts to 6 district courts in the state of Florida. A little bit of why, but just in case you missed that video, yes, in 2023, in January of 2023, our governor Ron DeSantis decided that he wanted to actually, I guess, test out the theory that had been thrown out there about our President Joe Biden wanting to expand the federal Supreme Court to actually spread a liberal bias throughout the courts. So what happened here in Florida in January of 2023, our district courts of appeal was expanded from 5 courts to 6 courts. What happened there? Basically, what Joe Biden was being accused of. The courts were expanded in order to provide as you would see when you do some of the research on some of these judges, as you should do on any politician or anybody that's asking for your election, asking for your vote as an elected official. You should do your due diligence and look them up and see who they are associated with, see some of their past actions. And when you do some of the research on some of these judges that have been appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis, you will see that some have been actually voted out of office. In a couple of different instances, the voters of Hillsborough County, the voters of Orlando and Orange County have voted out judges for various things. I won't get into the messy details, but the voters spoke and Ron DeSantis overrode the voters. In other instances, we have judges that have not really been practicing law that very, very long. Some judges that have no real trial experience to speak of, but now they're appointed to some of the highest courts in the state of Florida solely because of their beliefs. Yeah, tough to kind of swallow a little bit. I don't pause. I think I'm supposed to say pause there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but yes, some of these individuals that are up for re-election are associated with some very, very extremist organizations, I'll say. But that is like I said before, that is why it is important to do your research and why I'm making these videos, so that you can have an idea of who is on the ballot, what they're voting for, what they're running for, and what you can vote for. All right, let me jump into these individuals that are running for office. District number 4, we have Burton C. Connor, who was a 2011 Rick Scott appointee. We have Jeffrey Kuntz, who was a 2016 Rick Scott appointee. In District number 5, we have Joe Boatwright, who was a 2023 DeSantis appointee. We have Eric Einsnagel, who was a 2017 Rick Scott appointee. We have Harry J., who is a 2011 Rick Scott appointee, who in 2023, when Ron DeSantis decided to redistrict and, let's say, shuffle the courts and create another court systems, district court, so that he can, infiltrate the state of Florida with the extremists, or dare I say, his own ideologies. He was Harry J was moved from District 1 all the way to District 5 in 2023. So you might want to look into why that move happened there. But we also have Paige Kilbon, who was a 2023 DeSantis appointee. We have John McIver, who was a 2023 DeSantis appointee. Jordan Pratt, who was a 2023 DeSantis appointee. Adrian Saul, who was a 2023 DeSantis appointee. And District 6, now this is the district that was newly created. We only had 5. Remember, so District 6 is the newly created district. We have Petra Brownlee, who was a 2023 DeSantis appointee. We have Roger Gunneman, who is a 2023 DeSantis appointee. We have Joshua Mize, you guessed it, is a 2023 DeSantis appointee. We have Jared Smith, who is a 2023 DeSantis appointee. And we have Keith White, you guessed it, a 2023 DeSantis appointee. So as you can see, District 6 is heavily influenced by Ron DeSantis appointees. So I stress that you do your due diligence and research any and all of these judges that appear on your ballots this year. Every one of these judges that I talked about today and in the previous video is running for a 6-year term. So for the next 6 years, these individuals will have an opportunity to shape the way our state looks, the way the way our state acts. And based on some of these judges that have, I would say, less than maybe 5 years on the ballot, I'll put it like this. The judges that have been on our Florida appeals court for 5 years or more, I would say they've proven themselves through some of their rulings that they really care about and really value the voters of Florida. The individuals that have not been on their seat for 5 years or more, I'm gonna be honest, it's hard for me to, recommend that we vote for them. Now I won't name any names, but as you do your due diligence and you do your research, you'll see that some of these individuals have already been ousted already by voters in their county. And Ron DeSantis said, just because we share the same political values, I'm going to put them in this position. Side note, there are no people of color or black or brown people in any of these seats. You heard me correctly. The state of Florida, who has an overwhelmingly large African American and Hispanic population, does not have any people of color, any black or brown people in any of these court seats, in any of these judge seats, in any of these seats whatsoever. That's just something to think about. So if you say no to these 6-year retention votes, that means that Ron DeSantis will have to go back to the drawing board and reselect some judges. And hopefully we'll get some people of color in there this time. Peace. Love you guys.